Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, dear students, grade 12. Now, inshallah, we are going to present Unit 9, Steps 1 and 2 in your students box on page 68 and 69. As you can see in front of you, this is a title, New Ways and Old. Be ready, please, to start the lesson of today, dear students. And this is the title, as you can see in front of you, New Ways and Old. From the very beginning, I'd like you, dear students, to have a look at these pictures. And I think that these pictures in front of you show old Kuwaiti games that the children used to play in the past. Here, I'd like to ask you this simple question in order to try to think about it. Mention some examples of old Kuwaiti games that the children used to play in Kuwait in the past. Have a look at these pictures, because if you look at these pictures, I think that you will find that, or you can see that these are examples of old Kuwaiti games. Have a look at them, old Kuwaiti games. From the very beginning, I'd like to introduce or present the new vocabulary. And as you can see here, we have these words to remember. We have some words to remember. Have a look at these words: competent, cookery, custom-made, fix, mail order, mass-produced, unique, unusual, in addition to the word workshop. Let's try to present these words, please, dear students. These are the words again. Have a look at them. Have a look. Look at the pictures and look at the words. Okay, now let's present this new vocabulary, dear students. From the very beginning, we have competent. And competent means having an ability or a skill, having the necessary ability or skill to do something. Competent. Next, here we have cookery, and the cookery comes from the verb cook. As you can see in front of you, dear students, the skill of cooking food. Next, here we have custom-made. Custom-made, have a look at it. Made to a particular customer's order, made to a particular person. Custom-made. Next, here we have fix, to repair something that is broken. Fix. Mail order, selling of goods by mail. Mail order, to sell goods but by mail. Mass produced, have a look, produced in large quantities. Mass produced. Here we have unique. Have a look at it. Being the only one of its kind. Unique. Being the only one of its kind. The word workshop, here we have workshop. It is a room like this one in front of you. A room in which goods are repaired. Workshop. Unusual. Have a look. Not commonly occurring or happening. Unusual. Have a look. Can you see a house like this? I don't think so. Can you see so many men or persons like this man doing things like this? I don't think so. So we can call it unusual. These are the new vocabulary. Now let's open our students book on page 68 first of all to have a look at these pictures, dear students. Have a look at the title, New Ways and Old. New Ways and Old. Here from the title, we can guess that we are going to talk about activities in both the past and the present. Leisure activities in the past and in the present. Have a look at these pictures and let us try to start by discussing the first part here. Have a look. What are the people in the photos doing? Have a look at these pictures and we would like to see what are those persons doing in the pictures in front of you. Take your time to think about this first simple question. Take your time, think about it. What are those people in the photos doing? What are they doing? Here, as you can see in front of you here, those pictures, look at them carefully and ask or try to answer this first simple question. What are the people in the photos doing? If you look at this woman in front of you, you can find that she's making a carpet. As you can see, she's making a carpet. What about this old man? He's sawing wood. He's sawing wood. He, the man is sawing wood. The man is sawing wood. Have a look. This is wood. The next one here, he's building a house or a ship. Those two men. What about those two men? Talking, chatting, drinking coffee. The men are drinking coffee at a mall. They're chatting and having some tea. Next here, this boy. Have a look at this boy chatting on the internet. The boy is chatting online. He's surfing the net. The same idea. Now let's go to B. How have traditional pastimes and leisure activities changed in the modern world? Here we are comparing between the past and the present world. Past and the present. If you look at these answers, we can say many items that will take days to make are now made quickly by machinery. So machinery related or is related to our modern world. Next here, traditional skills have disappeared as large factories emerged. People watch TV. Nowadays, we can watch TV. In the past, there were no TVs. Or play computer games. Can you find or could we find computer games in the past? I don't think so. In the past, there were traditional games. Now here, make a list of leisure activities people enjoyed in the past and the ones they enjoy nowadays. Here we have in the past, we have in the present day. In the present day, they mean nowadays. In the past, here we would like to compare between the past and nowadays, or the past and the present. Let's see. Think about it in order to try to see the answer here. Have a look. In the past, playing traditional games. What else? Visiting relatives and friends. What else? Reading books and newspapers. In addition to telling stories. What about nowadays? Nowadays, we can see shopping. We can go shopping, going to cafes, playing video games, chatting and surfing on it, in addition to traveling and sightseeing. So here the leisure activities between the past and the present are very, very different. Now, we are going to hear 3 conversations in which people talk about different ways of doing things. Which do the speakers talk about? We have agriculture, cookery, medical treatment, car repairs, using a computer, buying a bicycle. I'd like you to try to listen very, very carefully and try to determine. Let's listen together.
Unit 9, 9.1, page 68, exercise 2, conversation 1.
That's a beautiful bike. Where did you buy it?
I had it custom made for me by an engineer who lives near here.
I should think that was expensive.
Not particularly. In fact, not much more expensive than a good bike from a sports shop.
Really? And when you say you had it made, what do you mean?
Well, I went to the engineer's workshop and told him exactly what I wanted, which was a very light bike with a strong frame.
And you can't do that with a shop-bought bike, can you?
No, that's right. That's because they're mass-produced. You see, my bike is unique. No one else has got one like it.
Conversation 2.
Can you give me a lift to the airport tomorrow?
No, sorry, I can't. I'm having the car repaired tomorrow.
Where do you take it to?
The little garage round the corner. They're very good and not too expensive.
My father always used to repair his own car. He was a very good mechanic.
Things have changed now. Car engines are much more complicated than they used to be. For instance, my car engine's controlled by a computer processor. If anything goes wrong, I have to have it fixed by an expert.
In the old days, everyone used to do their own car repairs. It wasn't only my father.
Conversation 3.
Read this new magazine, Dad. I think you'll like it.
It's very good. Who made it?
Me and my friends.
It looks really good.
Thanks. It's all our own ideas. We all investigate the stories, write the articles, and design the layout.
Where did you have it put together?
We did it all ourselves on our home computer. It took over 2 months to write and edit it. We could have had it printed professionally, but it's much cheaper to do it this way, and you get complete control of how it looks.
Have a look, dear students. Have a look at the answers here and which do the speakers talk about. I think that you can find buying a bicycle, car repairs, in addition to using a computer. So here we have buying a bicycle. This is the first part here. Car repairs, this is the second part here. Using a computer, this is the third part. Car repairs, using a computer, buying a bicycle. Have a look, dear students, here. Now, let's go to see or to have a look at your students' book on page 69, dear students. Have a look at it again, listen again, and choose the correct answers. 1, 2, 3, or 4 to these multiple choice questions. Here we have A, B, C, and D. In A, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. In B, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And in C, 1, 2, 3, 4. In D, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here we would like to choose the correct answer. In conversation 1, where did the boy get his bike from? We have 4 answers here. And I'd like you to try to think about the answers carefully. Dear students, listen very carefully. You have to choose the correct answer, dear students. Let's see here in conversation 1, where did the boy get his bike from? I think from a local engineer, as you listened. In B, how is his bike different from other bikes? If you look at it, you will find it was much more expensive. Have a look. The second one, which of these statements is true? In conversation 2, which one is true? The car is going to be fixed at a garage. Have a look at it. Next here in conversation 3, which of these statements about the boys is not true? Take care. Is not true. Is not true. Here, their magazine was printed professionally. These are the answers, the students. Try to think carefully about these answers. You have to listen to the 3 conversations again in order to concentrate on the ideas again and again. Next, are the following statements true or false? And you have to justify your answers. You have to write here in this box, true T or F. T means true, F means false, and you have to justify your answers. Let's see. In A here, think about the answers. Have a look at number A here, or letter A. It was much more expensive to have the bike custom made. Have a look at it here. Have a look. Have a look. It's false. It wasn't much more expensive. Next here, the man's car engine is controlled by a computer processor. It's okay. True. C, the man's father was unusual. Unusual? I don't think so. False. In the past, everyone would repair their own car. D, the magazine would have been cheaper if printed professionally. I don't think so. Here, it was much cheaper for the boys to print it themselves. So here, how can you justify your answer? Next here, discuss these questions in pairs or groups. Can you think of any other skills which were commonplace in the past but are unusual now? Have a look at it. What other creative uses are there for home computers? These are 2 ideas. We would like to discuss them together. Let's see the first part. Can you think of any other skills which were commonplace in the past but are unusual now? So many. Have a look. Have a look at this part here. Many people were interested in carpentry. As you can see, carpentry using wood here. What else? Many people were skilled fishermen like this in the past. What else? Many people were skilled shipbuilders. They were very competent in shipbuilding. In here, what other creative uses are there for home computers? So many. People can produce design on a home computer. Again, people can produce designs on a home computer. This is one of the ideas here. It's very, very important. Also, people can publish cookery books on a home computer. This is also other uses. The next or the last part here, people can design invitation cards and greeting cards on a home computer. So it's very, very, very important. Again, dear students, people can design invitation cards like the ones in front of you here and the greeting cards on a home computer. This is, dear students, what we have for today. I think that these ideas are very, very important for all of you. You have to revise the new vocabulary first of all. You have to revise these ideas again and again. Try to listen carefully. This is, dear students, what we have for today. Thank you very much and see you next time.